I say, He is risen. And you say, Hi kids, I'm Susan, and this is Pete, my pet possum. And we have been practicing the paschal greeting, which is a greeting that people say on Easter Sunday morning. Now it's where one person says, He is risen, and then the other person responds, He is risen indeed. How about we try that together? I'll start, and you can finish. He is risen.
He is risen indeed.
Fantastic. Didn't they do a good job, Pete? A very good job. For our craft today, we have a real treat. Pete is going to show us how to do magic box letters. And we're going to be doing them on a bookmark or on a card. But before we get to our craft, let me tell you what happened 2,000 years ago on the very first Easter. Jesus' friends were sad. Jesus died on a cross. And then they placed his body in a tomb. A very large stone was rolled across the entrance. But days later, very early on Sunday morning, the women went to visit the tomb. And when they arrived, they saw that the huge stone had been rolled away. They went inside, and Jesus' body was gone. Gone. Suddenly, two men in shining white clothes stood beside them. The women were afraid and bowed down. But the men said to them,
Why do you seek the living among the dead? He is not here. He is risen. Remember when he told you the Son of Man would be handed over to sinners who would nail him to a cross, but 3 days later he will rise to life.
And then they remembered what Jesus had said. So the women ran to tell the others what the angel had told them. Others also saw Jesus that afternoon and confirmed that it was true. He is risen.
The Lord has risen indeed.
Later, as the disciples were meeting in a locked room, suddenly Jesus appeared in the room with them. They were startled and even frightened, but soon they were overwhelmed with joy as they continued to spend time with Jesus. In fact, for 40 more days, Jesus stayed on the earth before he went back to heaven. And hundreds of people saw him and began telling everyone, and the word spread all across the world. And that's why 2,000 years later, we're still telling everyone about Jesus and about his great love for us. And we continue saying the paschal greeting. He is risen.
He is risen indeed.
Now it's craft time, Pete. Are you ready to show everybody how to do magic box letters? Okay, for this craft, you're going to need to get together some colors and especially have a black texture or black crayon. It's really helpful, and your template. On my website, you'll find the card templates as well as the bookmark templates, or you can even make your own. Very simply, just use card instead of thin paper. So put us on pause, get your things together, and Pete will be ready when you're ready to begin. Okay, Pete, let's go ahead and show everyone how to do magic letters. We're going to start with the R, aren't we? Right in that very first box. Just watch what Pete is doing. He's drawn a little circle, hasn't he? And then a line. See that? Oh, that's how you turn it into an R. You draw a little triangle on the side. That's really cool, Pete. And there's an I see that. I wonder about the S. How do you do the S? Let's see. Oh, a line, diagonal line down to the side. Okay, it doesn't look like an S yet. I see, there's the other line from the other side to the diagonal. Oh, and I see how you're making it nice and thick so we can see the R, I, and the S. Okay, what about the E? Oh, I see one line. Oh, that's an easy thing to do. 2 lines to the side. Can you see the E? I can see the E. Okay, what about the N? Let's see. Let's watch Pete. Oh, a line from the top. And then, oh, it looks like a little triangle hanging from the top. Oh, and then you color it in. I see a line down, and you're making another little triangle at the bottom and coloring it in. Huh, I can see the end now. That is so cool, Pete. Look at that. Let's see, what are you going to color it now? Oh, Pete, that looks fantastic. Let's have a look at some of these other ones that we have here. Wow, look at those beautiful patterns. Those are really cool, aren't they? And oh, look at this one. You see how they did the lines nice and dark using black? That is really cool. Now, let's have a look at this card here. And there's glitter. And look, you can see the tomb. That is a really neat way of doing it, isn't it? Good job, Pete. So how did you go? Did you enjoy doing magic box letters? They're pretty cool, aren't they? Thank you, Pete, for showing us how to do them. You were so good at it. Oh, I wanted to show you something else. When I was 19 years old, I had the chance to go to Jerusalem, and I got to visit the Garden Tomb. And I even got to go inside. Hey, Pete, do you see me? Yes, it's me right there. You know, I loved being able to go to Israel and see all the many places that we read about in the Bible. In fact, I would love to go at Easter one day. Wouldn't you, Pete? Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed Story and Craft Time today with Susan and my helper, Pete. And we hope we'll see you next time. He is risen!
He is risen indeed! Bye, bye.